Hey there, I'm Stephanie Shaw, and this is Hello Hot Flash, the podcast where midlife women can learn from guest experts and authors who discuss menopause and all that comes with this new chapter in our lives. Hello Hot Flash, where we learn to control the change and not let the change control us. Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, when did my body stop listening to me? The weight won't move, the low energy, the belly fat that shows up out of nowhere, and everyone just keeps saying, try harder. But here's the truth. It's not your fault. It's not my fault. It's not our fault. Our bodies change in midlife, and the programs built for those 20-year-olds were never going to work for us. That's why I want to introduce you to Reverse Health. It's an app created specifically for women over 40. Real women, real schedules, real hormones. You get simple, effective workouts, personalized meal plans, fasting guidance, and tracking tools, all backed by science. You follow a plan made for your metabolism and your life. Women are seeing real results. Lisa, who's 58, lost 97 pounds. And Mitzi, who's 55, says wall Pilates is a game changer. If you're tired of feeling stuck, try Reverse Health and feel the difference from day one. Visit the link in the show notes to learn more about Reverse Health, because your midlife body deserves a program designed for you. Again, the link is in the show notes. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Hello Hot Flash, where we help you control the midlife change. I'm flying solo today because I want to spend some time saying Happy New Year. I'm excited about 2026. I see a lot of positive changes coming. I know that's not everyone's story. And if I open a newspaper or get online or listen to all the things that are going on, it could pull me down too. But I'm making some conscious decisions this year that I'm going to see joy in all of the chaos. So I hope you can get there with me. I hope that you guys had a very, very Merry Christmas. I pray that you're going to have a wonderful, wonderful 2026. Speaking of 2026, I cannot believe that my oldest grandson will be 5 and going to kindergarten this year. You're not supposed to be listening, but when you get older and listen, happy early birthday. I love you. I love your brother too, just not saying your names. So again, happy New Year. I've been thinking about something, you guys. Every year around New Year's, the day of, the week before, in the first 2 weeks of, we're told to make a resolution, either to eat better, move more, fix our sleep, get more disciplined. And while planning matters, so many women enter midlife already feeling boxed in by rules, expectations, and pressure to do it right. What if this year isn't about tighter boxes, but deeper alignment? So it's New Year's Day, as I said, if you're listening to it on the day that this episode goes out. So you probably have a blank calendar at this point. I don't. I did some planning yesterday, so it's not blank anymore, but let's pretend it's blank. So we have a blank calendar for the year, a clean slate. And for many women in midlife, a quiet question underneath all the goal setting: what's next for me? You may be navigating perimenopause or post-menopause, trying to balance energy, weight, mood, motivation, while also sensing that something deeper is shifting. Like you know you're going to do these things, or perhaps you're going to find someone to support you in doing these things, but there's something deeper that you also need to be doing. Here's what I know to be true. Midlife isn't healed by choosing either health or faith. You need both. Nutrition, movement, and routines matter. You can take HRT, do breathwork, eat organic, track macros, and still feel lost in midlife because a meal plan, a generic morning routine, or a supplement protocol cannot fix a spiritual void. That's why even the most disciplined women still feel empty. Your symptoms aren't just hormonal. They're often spiritual signals that God is calling you into a deeper season. For those of you who know me and know my story, if you haven't heard the whole story, you can go back to a couple of the podcast episodes. I usually share it. But that's exactly what happened to me. So it was, yes, it was about perimenopause. Yes, it was about the hormonal changes. Yes, it was about a lot of mindset things that were going on, and just there's changes that needed to happen. But I was also being called into a deeper season. So I'm happy I recognize that. And sometimes that's that missing link as women that we don't get. Like, why am I going through all of this at this time? Well, if we ask ourselves the question, what does God want from us during this time? Again, we can navigate through that and often find some really, really cool answers. I know I did. And unfortunately, most menopause programs, they miss this entirely. Like, you learn X, Y, and Z, and then the spiritual aspect is never put in. But to me, in my heart, I know you can exercise all day long, eat perfectly well, get all the mindset things right. But if the spiritual component isn't there, you often are left still feeling empty. Happened to me when I got it all, lined up. That's when all the connections started to happen. So that's what we're going to talk about quite a bit in 2026. January resolutions often fail not because women lack discipline, but again, because they demand perfection and rigidity in a season that requires wisdom and flexibility. And wisdom is knowing that you will not be perfect. Sorry to break it to you. Our church says no perfect people allowed. I'm like, what? I can't come. Just joking. But we understand that we, as women, we often demand that perfection from ourselves, and we're rigid about it. We have to get this done. We have to do this. Our kids need to be here, and our grandkids need to do this, and we need to cook the perfect meal. And it goes on and on and on. You're demanding this, but this season of life doesn't require any of that. You just want to walk in wisdom and become more flexible, because midlife bodies change. If you don't know that already, you're getting ready to find out very soon. Midlife priorities shift and midlife faith deepens. Planning is important, but putting yourself in a box isn't. When resolutions become rules instead of rhythms, they disconnect us from both our bodies and God's guidance. This season isn't about fixing yourself. It's about listening, responding, and growing physically, emotionally, and spiritually. That's why at Hello Hot Flash, we are taking a new approach this year. It's not really new to me, but maybe I haven't put it out there as much. We've kind of dabbled in it a little bit, but this is a new strategic approach for us this year. It's a holistic focus that connects your health with your faith. So, starting this month and throughout the year, on Tuesdays, we'll dedicate the conversations to how your spiritual walk intersects with menopause and midlife health. So you'll still get all of the information on sleep and fatigue and hormones and all of that stuff, but we're going to weave faith into it, and how that faith component can help us get to the next level. It won't be heavy. It will not be preachy. I like to be a flashlight, not a hammer, but it will be grounded, practical, and real. We'll talk about why faith matters when your body feels unfamiliar, how spiritual alignment affects your energy, stress, and decision-making, where science and faith support, not compete with each other. So we'll talk about all that. And just to be clear, Thursdays stay exactly the same. The lineup this year, you guys, is off the charts. We have already recorded through, I think, April, so we're ahead. I try to stay ahead when it comes to recording the podcast. So I've interviewed some of the most amazing people. So the doctors that you're used to hearing from, the psychiatrists and psychologists and scientists, all of those people will still be part of the Thursday episodes. So again, we'll continue to bring evidence-based, actionable health strategies for you as a midlife woman. So again, Tuesdays, the spiritual walk intersects with menopause and midlife health. And on Thursdays, everything is staying the same, but better. All right. This brings me to my own resolution for this year. I didn't write out, this is my New Year's resolution, but in my mind, wrapped around my business, I do have a resolution for this year, and it's around building community. I'm committing to building something deeper than a program or a challenge. I'm creating a community of women who are asking what's next in menopause and in life. And it's called The Change. Catchy name, isn't it? The Change. For an entire year, we'll walk together through eating in a way that supports midlife hormones. Because remember, I did say you need the health aspect and the faith aspect. So they go together. So again, we'll walk through eating in a way that supports midlife hormones, moving our bodies with intention, not punishment, and then strengthening our relationship with Christ as our bodies and our roles evolve. This is not about perfection. It's about integration, health and faith, body and spirit, planning with room for God to lead. Because midlife transformation doesn't happen in isolation. It happens in community. You can join us or find out more at hellohotflash.com/the-change, or very simply, go to hellohotflash.com and click on the community tab. I'm so excited about the opportunity to potentially get to work with you. This really excites me. Next year is just going to be simply amazing, and I want you to be a part of it. So as we step into this new year together, here's what to remember. Tuesdays will guide you inward, helping you connect with faith, health, and menopause in meaningful ways. Thursdays will continue delivering expert medical insight. For example, next Thursday, January 8th, I'm joined by Diane Durham. She will teach us how to treat headaches without medication. It's a powerful, practical conversation that you will not want to miss. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, you're covered. And if you're ready for a resolution that isn't a box, but a calling, The Change is waiting for you. Again, you can go to Hello Hot Flash and click on the community link. This year, we will not rush. We will be still. We will walk in faith. We won't restrict. We won't separate faith from our health. Everyone, here's to your health. You've tried doing everything right, eating clean, moving your body, tracking your sleep, taking the supplements, and yet something feels off. Because midlife isn't healed by choosing health or faith. You need both. You can take HRT, do breathwork, eat organic, and track macros and still feel lost, still feel tired, still feel like something deeper is missing. That's because a meal plan can't fix a spiritual void, and most menopause programs never talk about that. The Change is different. It's a year-long community for women navigating menopause and what's next, where we eat well, move our bodies, and strengthen our relationship with Christ together. No perfection, no rigid rules, no being boxed in. Just guidance, connection, and alignment for your body and your spirit. If you're ready for more than another plan, if you know this season is calling you deeper, join us. Visit hellohotflash.com/the-change or head over to hellohotflash.com and click on the community tab. This isn't about fixing yourself. It's about becoming who you were always meant to be. The change starts now. The information shared in this episode is for educational purposes only and is not intended as medical advice. Always consult with your healthcare provider before starting any new supplement, including adaptogens, especially if you have underlying health conditions or take medications. The views expressed by our guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect those of Hello Hot Flash.